Clip of the day.
My favorite person now who weighed, and this, of course, it's not a stretch to see that Bill Nye, the science guy, would come out and then, of course, immediately take this to the climate change tip. What was his original vocation again? Was he clown or something? Or some kind of entertainer? Balloon?
Some sort of entertainer,
balloon animals,
salesman or something. I don't remember.
Balloon animals. I can't remember what he did. Here we go.
I just want to introduce the idea that this storm is connected to climate change. I want to introduce that idea. I know there'll be certain viewers who will become unglued. They're throwing things at their television sets and so on.
Wow. Boy, you know, Bill, that was so good, man.
Highly of himself.
Bill, that was so good, man. You were brave.
But the economic effect of storms like this is huge.
Huge.
You can't cancel half the flights out of the world's or one of the world's busiest airports.
He's making a very good point here that when you have bogative models, when really it wasn't all that bad, yet you have this economic shutdown, it's very bad. Yes.
Yes. You mean like bogative models, computer models that are predicting climate change, even though they can't predict the storm?
Yeah. Hey, weather's not climate, John.
Well, it is when it's convenient.
Certainly, the eastern seaboard is a very busy area economically for airplane travel. And so when you start having these big storms and you don't have the infrastructure to deal with it, you're costing your society a lot of money. And we're in the developed world where we can handle this stuff. So I just want to introduce the idea that the strong winds that we had in Southern California, the very strong winds that will be associated with this storm in the next couple days, these could be connected to climate change. Now, this proving any one storm is connected, especially cold weather events, is quite difficult. But I just want to present
do it
that.
anyway.
Yeah. Bill, I
And both
love
of these
you
stories for me.
bringing that in. Thank you so much, Bill.
You are
Thank you,
so
Bill, for
brave.
bringing it in.
You are so bringing it in, Bill. You are the bravest I know. So
Bringing it in. You're bringing it in. You're bringing it back down to the climate change argument.
Making it real, keeping it real. You the man. So then I find, I'm like, oh, I bet Bill.
By the way, I want to just stop you for a second. So there, we have to remember that the climate change thing is all based on some computer models, which they're always tweaking. Mm-hmm. And there is, and one can only imagine what the world's entire globe's atmosphere, things, the winds blowing it around and the jet stream and all the rest of it, and the globe turning and creating all these little swirling things that itself. There is the Exploratorium. I haven't been to the new one, but in San Francisco they have a demonstration. It's a thing spinning. It is like a crankshaft of a car, and on the crankshaft there's hanging a piston rod. But on the end of the piston rod, there's another piston rod on a pivot. So there's this thing spinning around. These things are the pistons are spinning, and the things on this pistons are spinning on top of it. There's three elements going on. It's just a mess, and it's spinning and spinning. And there was the only commentary on the display is this particular demonstration. No one has ever been able to model it on a computer.
Right, exactly.
And it's just about four pistons and some things swinging around.
Do you have a link?
Meanwhile, I guess they can model the entire Earth's atmosphere.
Do you have a link for that? I'd love to read that about what you just said.
I'll have to go to the Exploratorium or call one of my friends.
No, I'm sure there's a link somewhere that talks about this.
Maybe there might be, but I don't have it offhand. I just saw it there.
And I'll move along with you that. We had the president say warmest year on record, 2014. The UK Met Office, here's what they came out and said. With the release of the 2014 HAD-CRUT-4 data by the UK Met Office and the previous release of global temperature by Berkeley Earth, NASA, and NOAA, the main conclusion to be drawn from the data is that 2014 was a warm year, but not statistically distinguishable from most of the years of the past decade or so, meaning that the pause in global annual average surface temperatures continues.
That must have got headline news across the country.
The HAD-CRUT-4 data set, compiled by the Met Office and the University of East Anglia's Climatic Research Unit.
By the way.
I'm sorry?
That's the place where it all stems from, the whole climate change argument.
Climate change and ClimateGate.
And ClimateGate all comes out of East Anglia.
Shows last year was 0.56 degrees Celsius above the long-term 1961 to 1990 average. Nominally, this ranks 2014 as the joint warmest year in the record, tied with 2010. But the uncertainty ranges means it's not possible to definitely say which of several recent years was the warmest.
Well, that must have been headline news everywhere. They talked about that on CNN, didn't they? Did the Bill Nye the Climate Guy come up and tell us that? So we can get our bearings here?
No. Bill Nye the Climate Guy, as I went on to find more stuff, there's a video of him. And this is, I cut off half of it because it was just boring. He's trying to talk about the science of the inflate gate or deflate gate, the footballs that were deflated for the game. And, as he puts them in the refrigerator and sees if it changes temperature, or if it changes, a PSI changes with temperature. It matters not what he did there. But then he said, I'm going to take a little break and talk about climate change. And I was like, what?
While talking about football?
Yes.
We've set the refrigerator to 51 degrees Fahrenheit. That's too warm for food. It would all spoil.
Gross!
But this, my friends, is science. While we have a few minutes here, I'd like to talk about something else. Climate change is real. While we're all obsessed with Deflategate, let's keep in mind.
Did you hear what he just did?
What was that? Did you put that in there?
No. They cut to a close up of him. Yeah, I'll roll it back a little bit.
This is not edited.
No, well, it's edited in the video, but that's how the video was created. The video is, like...
You're not saying stuff in the background.
No, that is Bill Nye, the science guy. And it's in the video where they cut...
The climate guy.
Yeah, that's what I said. Where all of a sudden they go to him full frame and he says...
Gross! But this, my friends, is science. While we have a few minutes here, I'd like to talk about something else. Climate change is real. While we're all obsessed with Deflategate.
So that's what he said. And of course, I ISO'd it.
Climate change is real.
And then I thought, wait a minute.
Climate change is real.
It's real. It's real. It's real.
It's the same guy. Bill Nye is Alex Jones. I figured it out. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue with his little rant here.
Let's keep in mind that there's something about which you should give a fuck. Yes, like Tom.
He said you could give a fuck.
Really?
Yes. And they bleeped it. They bleeped it. Yeah.
Brady, the world's getting hotter and hotter. And you know why? Because we humans are pumping carbon dioxide in the atmosphere every time we burn fossil fuels, when we burn gasoline in our cars, and when Tom Brady and Bill Belichick start talking for 2.5 hours at press conferences, spewing out carbon dioxide, making climate change just that much worse. What should we do about this? You should vote for congressmen and senators that appreciate the threat of climate change and the rate at which the world is getting warmer, so that we can preserve the earth for humankind for generations to come. And we just got this ball out of the fridge, and it's pretty much the same. I think the Patriots probably bent the rules a little bit, a seemingly insignificant thing. But I do want to close with this. Go Seahawks!
Bingo, boom, shakalaka.
Okay, I might give you a clip of the day for that.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I was kind of hoping that would happen for sure.
Well, you got it.
Clip of the day.
Climate change is real.
It's real. It's real. It's real.
Oh, man.
This is terrible the way they propagandize the public like this.